A real story from real life, and this is about plasterboards. In American, it's drywalls. In British English, it's plasterboards. Do you know that? We don't have to be an expert in building materials, but a plasterboard is this thing that you build walls with. You know, you put them on the wall, and they're very tiny and thin. And a typical dimension in Europe anyway is 120 by 240 meters, and it comes in different thicknesses, 9, 11, 13 millimeters. That's not really important. This negotiation is actually going on in Sweden. And it happens between a major Swedish contractor called Skanska, and they were negotiating with the Danish-German manufacturer of these plasterboards. They've been working together for 6 years previously, and what happened in this case was that the supplier came up to the procurement director of Skanska, which is the seventh biggest contracting company in Europe, and he was very thrilled because he said, "Oh, I got great news for you. I can actually make a new annual contract with you, continuing delivering plasterboard to your company, and we can actually maintain the price of 33 Danish kroner per unit. You can multiply that with about 5, and then you got the Singapore dollar value. So he said we can actually continue with the same price that we had last year. So we have no price increase. Isn't that great news? Now the procurement director of Skanska said the following: no, that's not pretty good news, because you know what? We've actually been offered a similar product, same quality, same logistics from a competitive company you got in Poland. And that Polish company can do the same thing, 25 Danish kroner at that level. So that's 8 Danish kroner. That's almost €1 lower per unit. And the total contract volume is 70 million plasterboard. So you can say 70 million plasterboard multiplied by €1. That was the price difference. Okay? Now, I was attending this negotiation, and I can tell you, I'm not exaggerating, the supplier in this negotiation got all pale in his face, and then he started to stammer. He said, but I can't do that. He said, that's below my cost price. I would be losing money every time I would be shipping something else. But the procurement director at Skanska just said, well, that's your problem, isn't it? That's not my problem. If you can't reduce the price down to 25, then you're going to lose the contract. We're going to do a deal with your competitor. I can't defend internally this major price difference. If I signed a contract with you, do you know what? I'll get fired tomorrow. So you should reduce your price. But you know what? Skanska said, I'll give you one thing though. Considering we've been working together for 6 years, I'll actually accept that you're 1 Danish kroner more expensive than the Polish competitor. So I'll accept the price of 26. Then I'll sign the deal. 1 Danish kroner multiplied by 70 million plasterboards is actually 70 million Danish kroner, which is a lot of money. So he was actually saying, I'll accept 70 million more from you since I know you. But still, getting back to the supplier's facial expression, he was still very pale, continued stammering, saying, but I can't do that either. That will still be below my cost point. I would be losing money every time I would be doing a shipment to you.